Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? What is today? Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Hey, man, we're almost into August. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Joe. There's Joe. Good morning, SP, Roger, JW, Gold, Jim, Roasted, Alan, Donna, Sunny, Ed. Good morning, everybody. Let me click a little button right here. Do that. And there we go. Okay, good morning, everybody. Hey, one more day, and it seems like the Bulls are still doing their job here. The market still looks pretty good. Good morning, Bill. How are you? Hey, for those listening outside our members room here, I want to remind you that today we're having an open house, so everybody is invited to Hit and Run Candlestick Trading Room if you'd like. Just go to one of our social media outlets, whether it be, try Facebook or X, I guess that might be the best place. And you can click on that link to register, and then you'll receive an email that gets you into the room. So sure would love to have you here. All right, everybody. Again, one more day, and we wake up in the morning and we see that the futures are up a little bit. At least that's what I do the first thing in the morning is check my phone. Futures are up. Market is still looking good. Price is still above the T line. T line is still above the trend indicator here. The trend is still intact. The bullish trend. I'm very, very fortunate to get to talk to a lot of different people, whether it be throughout the day, sometimes in the evening, sometimes early in the morning before the market opens up. Sometimes it's with a phone call, sometimes it's with, we use Teams, sometimes it's through Teams, sometimes it's through text, sometimes it's through email. But I do hear, I do get to get a lot of feedback over the day and over the week and over the month. And there's a lot of people nervous. How can we keep going up? And then here lately, lately we've got a member in the room that says the SPY may be headed to 1,000, which seems crazy, but hey, 638 probably seemed crazy 2 years ago. I was monitoring right way options yesterday as well, and there was somebody totally independent said that they think we're going to see 800 in the SPY. So when you see things or hear things like that, sometimes you get a little bit, wow, how it's unbelievable. But like I said, 2 years ago, who would have thought we would have hit 638 or 5 years ago? Can you imagine that? So, I mean, I absolutely believe it. I'm not here to say to disprove any of that at all. What I'm here to say is keep your emotions out of it and just follow the chart. If you're a little bit nervous and you think we're going to have a pullback, and I don't care how high we go, I guarantee you there's going to be a pullback. Probably a bunch of little pullbacks. And I would bet you somewhere along the lines, we're going to have a pullback that will make everybody's head spin. Somewhere, sure we are. Exactly where? Well, if I could tell you that, we'd be doing really well. We'd be doing very well. So the main thing is just follow the chart, follow the price action, the candlesticks, and if take this bearish engulf. This deserved caution. It deserved some caution. It deserved maybe close up some long positions. It does not necessarily deserve buying short because we don't have follow through yet, but it does deserve protecting some of your positions that you've got some good money in. Well, the next day, early in the day, you probably wishing you in short, but by the end of the day, you're thinking, okay, I did the right thing. I protected some of my positions. I didn't get crazy short. So follow price, follow the candlestick. What are they telling you? And I think that simple recipe right there does it for you. I really do. That simple little recipe. All right. Again, if somebody's listening to this an hour from now, the recording, if you're still listening to the recording, we do have an open house today. So you're more than welcome to step on in. Just go to one of our social media outlets and there'll be a link there to register for it. Good morning, Daryl. Daryl, you're asking me if I am still in bull. And yes, I am still in bull. We're down a little bit, but I'm still in bull. Right now, my trend, my main trend is still bullish, which is those green dots. That's my number one trend right there. Now, with that, I want the T line to be above it, and it is. So I am still bullish in this. Where's get my arrow here? There you go. So we've got this rally up, and we've got a pullback so far, and that's what we're having, a pullback. I don't see anything bearish about this chart. Now, there may be somebody that says, well, we're bearish from here to here. Yeah. And I'm going to say, yeah, but it's more of a pullback. Okay. So, bearish would be when the trend breaks. Anyway, bottom line, Daryl, yes, I am still long bull. I am. Hello, Frank. HMY. Yes, I am still in is it HM? There, I wasn't hitting the keys right. Yes, I'm still in HNY. I think this one is just consolidating sideways right now, but I'm still in HMY. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, good morning, Vernon. How are you? MW, good morning. Daryl, good morning. Coach, good morning. Hydro, good morning. These are folks logging in from our social side of our charts and targets in the morning. So thank you very much for logging in. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. We've got a couple plug long. Let's take a look at that. Plug long. Yeah, I still think that chart is long. We're a little choppy at the top and a little wicky at the top. I admit that, but it's still trading bullishly. If we take a look at the trend, and again, there's my trend right there. If you look at the chart, you see you've got a series of higher lows and higher highs. Yep, it's a little wicky right in through here. If that scares somebody, well, don't trade it. It's real simple. Save yourself a doctor trip. If your arm hurts when you raise it over your head and you're going to go ask the doctor about it, well, just stop raising your arm over your head. Problem solved. No. Yeah, it's a little wicky. Let's see if we can smooth it out. There's a 2-day chart, 3-day chart, 4-day chart, 5-day chart. A weekly chart kind of smooths that out, doesn't it? We're sitting right on that 50-period moving average. So anyway, bottom line is, yes, I am still bullish this chart. I'm not in it. I'm not likely to trade it, but it is still a bullish chart. Yeah. The link to the room isn't working, Coach. Okay. Yeah, I'll let Ed know. Thank you. Hello, Daryl. You're looking at some Telray, TETLRY. What's your question here? Long? No. So it depends. It depends how broad you're looking here on Telray. Okay. So Telray has done very, very good, and now it's pulling back. So now that it's below that green dot, the long trade is not there for me personally. That's not to say that it can't find buyers today, or maybe come down and find buyers tomorrow and then start moving up. But for me to be long, those dots have to be green. And those dots are red. It's a little hard for you to see it right here, maybe, but there's a red dot now. We're below my trading trend. But that's not to say, again, that this chart can turn around and come up here and challenge that 200-period moving average. If you take a look at the weekly, you can see that it's still bullish, isn't it? The dots are green. We'll put it that way. The T line over the green dots would make me feel so much better. So I think Telray may have a future, but not today. At least not right now. Okay. Uber. I'm not too thrilled about Uber. I know yesterday there were a few people in the trading room looking at Uber, and I'm not too thrilled about it. Yesterday, at one time yesterday, it was a bullish candle, but it kind of soured on us here. Uber for me, and the reason I didn't like it yesterday is we need to be over 82.50, 92.50, sorry. 92.50 for Uber to get exciting. And we've got this big bearish engulf, and it failed. This candle here totally failed. We have a nice little candle here, kind of a hammer wannabe right off the 50. That's looking good. Yesterday it did look good at one point, but it just wasn't good enough. And we ended up closing down, and now we're moving down more today. So right now I'm not interested in Uber till Uber turns bullish. If you want to see what bullish looks like on Uber, this is what it would be right here. See how we went from red to green? It's really, really simple. Red to green, that's what you want. That's what I want, okay? So not too hype on Uber. Uber is on my watch list, but not today. HIMS, take a look at HIMS. HIMS, bullish, yes. I like that. HIMS has got a few little hurdles to jump over. This would be one of them right there. So a little hurdle, which, hey, it can do it. I have all the faith in the world in it here. So right now, we're back above that 50 period moving average. The T-line trend indicator is crossing that 50. So nice consolidation, pop out of the box here. So HIMS has some potential. I think I'll make sure I flag that one. Thank you. Let's see, Baba long. Baba. Yes, Baba is a long chart. Absolutely. We've broken out of that downtrend line. We're back over the 50 period moving average. That's a really nice consolidation that we've had the last, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 days here. Pop out of the box setup. Baba's looking good. Thank you for posting that one. All right, let's come over here. Hey, S. USO looking good. I saw that this morning. Yes, USO is looking good. And I totally agree. So what I'm going to do is put a line about right there. And I'm mainly using these two candles as my top. We can break out. If we can break out of there, then there are definitely some energy stocks that might be setting up. SU, I know this was brought to us by one of our members yesterday, and I know they bought it, but SU is looking good. And then a few other energy stocks are looking pretty darn good here as well. So let's go look at XLE. What is that doing? Look at XLE trying to break out of the 200 up here. So XLE, if it can get up to that trend line and take that out, hey, energy might be back in the bullish game again. Just might be. Hey, Daryl, you're watching 3 AVTR. Let's see here. Nice chart. I'm going to flag that. Thank you. AVTR, rounded bottom breakout. This is my favorite overall chart pattern. And the reason it is, and we can talk about this today in the room, is that one, I love to trade using moving averages. And I think price likes to jump from one moving average to the other moving average. And it doesn't matter whether it's jumping up or jumping down. It likes to jump to moving averages. And right here, a nice little bullish Hiromi took us up. This was a rounded bottom breakout that failed down here. Again, we can talk about that later today. But here we are moving up. Nice move to the upside. Nice little pullback here. Target dotted deuce. We'll talk about the dotted deuce later today as well. And then the 200 period moving average. We'll also talk about how I put on my quadrant lines on the chart to help with targets. Um, so nice chart there. Thank you very much, Daryl. What was the other one? Flow you're looking at? Look at flow. Flow's looking pretty good. Of course, for me, I mean, it doesn't mean I wouldn't take the trade, but I sure would like the T line and trend indicator to be above the 50. But we may be trying to break that big downtrend here. We may be trying to break that, and now we might start going sideways for a while. Nice trade. One of the things I'm going to look for is when I look at a trade is what can a trade do for you? What can it do for you? In the rounded bottom breakout, the 200 period moving average, along with the 50% retracement, we'll talk about that later today. Anyway, so the 200 is the target. It is a target, and we all know we're all seasoned traders here, right? Um, just because you have a target doesn't mean price is absolutely going to get there. So when I look at this, that's a 17% possibility that I see because that's max trade here for me. It doesn't mean it can't break out and go higher, but the trade setup, the max trade is up to the 200 period moving average. So at 17%, man, I've got some room to work that chart. That's another nice one. Daryl, you're rocking. Thank you very much. And then OGN. Yeah. OGN is setting up for the long trade. Nice consolidation here, building a bottom. Let's flag that. Hey, I want to mention something else. As a trader in a trading room, a trading room has many, 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 many benefits. One of them is you get to be with other traders like you. You know, we all want to make some money and we all learn from one another. I learn all the time from people. One of the other things about a trading room is it allows you to be a study of traders, and you'd be surprised that helps you. And Daryl there, for the last 3 charts, I'm already studying Daryl. And I know that Daryl, I mean, it's not that he doesn't like other trades. And sorry, Daryl, talking about you a little bit. It doesn't like it's not, I don't know if he does or doesn't like other trade setups, but I know that I know that he likes the rounded bottom breakout and he's a very good stock picker. He's got 3 for 3 here that I personally think rock. And so for me, you know, when Daryl buys or shares, I will study that, look at the chart, and it will help me as a trader. I'm giving you some hints because it will do the same thing for you. So not only be a study of charts and charting, but be a study of fellow traders. You'd be surprised how it really, really does help you. So thank you, Daryl. Appreciate it. And let's see, NBIS. Yeah, that one's looking good. I'm long this in my larger account already. And NBIS, building a nice sideways consolidation, probably rip some heads off down here if you were still in it. There's the weekly chart. It kind of, I don't know that it makes it any better. You still had your head ripped off, but moving sideways, we get that breakout. This thing could rock. It really could. So that's what I'm hoping on. That's what I'm hoping on. Let's see here. Reddit, good old Reddit. Yeah, Reddit's trying to move up. Reddit needs to break out of that 50% retracement area. And then I've got a target up here between 170 and 175 on Reddit. So, but right now Reddit's doing pretty good. I know there's a lot of folks that's going to be, and I even set it up for it already by saying it needs to break out. You know, a lot of folks are going to look at this and scream head and shoulders. Go buy some shampoo. You know, just because there's a chart pattern there, it doesn't mean that it's going to come true. It really doesn't. It's wishes don't come true. Not all the time. And chart patterns are the same way. Just because you have a head and shoulders set up does not mean that it's going to fail here. So right now, I like Reddit, but like I said when I first started, it needs to break out. Once it breaks out, then it can put all this garbage behind you. And my target's up here, like I said, between 170, 175 on Reddit. Overall, I'm still bullish on Reddit. Good morning, Rickster. CARG. There we are. CARG. Is that right? Yeah, that might be trying to set up here. Nice trend up. Here we pull back. We get the green dots. Looks like we're finding support buyers around that 200 period moving average. And now we're starting to move up here. You're pointing out an inverted head and shoulders. I'm guessing that's what you're looking at, maybe right here, right there. So a little bit of bullishness that could set that up to the upside. Very possible. What else do we have? UAA. Yeah, UAA, rounded bottom breakout. This might be a good one to study. So you can take a look at how a rounded bottom breakout works. And don't study just one, study multiple, because they're little differences with them. But UAA is looking good. If we can get out of that 200 period moving average, looks to me like we have next target would be about 870. Going to be a little bit rough right through here, but it doesn't mean that it can't get through there. A good little bottom and a nice little run so far. So looking pretty good. I've got a few charts here. Let me point these out. ANF is setting up. So here's my recipe for a bullish trade, and a bearish trade would be just the opposite. So for a bullish trade, I want to monitor the market. All right. My market is generally the SPY. Qs would be second. So I want a bullish SPY, and we have that, don't we? So there's part of the recipe taken care of. The other part of the recipe that I want is I want the trend to be there. My trend is there. Green dots, T-line above the green dots, price above the T-line. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't buy price down into this area right here. I will. But this right here is showing your trend. Your trend is working. So on this pullback, we still had trend. Even when we pulled back, we had trend. That starts to become opportunity. The trend is still working. Okay, so what was that? AGN. Here's ANF. Look at ANF. Nice rounded bottom breakout, doing just what it's supposed to. It danced with the dotted deuce right here, not only once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times. It decided the dance was over. Had to come back and dance again. The crypto world is acting pretty good. Here's BITO and IBIT. There's another one I have. I'm just looking at my favorites. Oh, no, this is my vacation list that I'm working with now. It's still looking pretty good. Those are CCJ still looking good. Delta still looking good here. See how Delta gapped up and now we're pulling back? See how we gapped away from trend and now we're pulling into trend? Trend again is what I use for trend is our trend indicator right here. All right. Okay, what time is it? Oh yeah, I better call it a morning here, hadn't I? Okay. I want to thank everybody. I absolutely appreciate everybody being here. And remember that if you log into the room, we'd love to have you ask questions. We'll discuss charts. We will talk about some strategies. Pretty much anything you want today, we can do that. Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody. Absolutely appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Okay. Good luck.